Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Slingin Leather, Southern California's official combat sports show. I am Scuba Steve,
I'm Chino Hernandez.
and we are both excited and honored to welcome undefeated professional boxer Alan El Niño de Oro Navarro. He's currently 13-0 with 12 knockouts. Alan, welcome to the show, man.
What's up, guys? Thank you guys for having me here.
Most
Oh,
definitely,
it's
definitely.
a complete honor, man. Of course. What got you into boxing? For starting off, what brought it into the fold? What brought you into the sport?
Well, growing up in Southern California, in Oxnard, boxing is pretty much in like every corner is a boxing gym. So, since like the age of 7 is when I started to box. My dad was a former pro boxer and also a former Olympic boxer, and for the 1996 Mexican Olympics. So pretty much I grew up just watching boxing. We never watched soccer, nothing else. It just was just boxing every day. So kind of was just born into it.
Nice, nice.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I know you told us a little bit about your like upbringing. Can you talk us more about your childhood growing up, how that was like in California and with the whole boxing mixed into?
Yeah, so pretty much grew up good. Oxnard, is a hell of a city when it comes to boxing. A lot of fighters that came out of there: Fernando Vargas, Mikey Garcia, Robert Garcia. All of these guys are world champions. And they already put their name on the history book. So right now, I'm the only one in Oxnard that's like pretty much making some noise right now. But yeah, pretty much grew up always in the gym, always doing something. I did soccer, football, played whatever. In high school, I was playing freshman year all the way to junior year, and then when COVID hit, my senior year when I was 17, that's when we decided to turn pro. So at 17 years old is when I turned pro in Mexico.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I've seen a lot of like fighters because I know here the rules are a little bit strict with turning pro and that sort of thing. I think
Yeah.
it's 18 years old, right? That you gotta
18,
be.
and yeah, and that was the decision me and my dad made, where it was that when he's like, we could start right now. COVID hit. Everything there was no football season, nothing. So
Yeah,
he told me it's either one, so I let go one sport and I went 100% focused on boxing. So when, yeah, pretty much that's why we turned pro in Mexico, is because here it's until you're 18. So over there we turn pro at 17 just to get that little head start.
yeah, no, definitely, and that's the same thing with Devin Haney. He did something similar. Turned pro at
Yeah.
17, went to Mexico, fought a
uh,
few times there, and then the rest.
yeah, the untraditional route. The traditional route is going to the Olympics,
Hmm.
and then but we took the untraditional route. Like you mentioned Devin Haney. Yeah, Devin Haney, that's pretty much how his career started too. He went to
Yep,
Mexico and then he came over here, and you already know what he did. He's undisputed. He's legit.
definitely,
Definitely.
definitely.
You had spoken a little bit about your family being involved in boxing and
Hmm.
sort of setting the precedent that you guys are a fighting family. What other
Mhm.
kinds of role models, including your family, if there's anyone that you hadn't mentioned, what other kinds of role models do you have in boxing that have helped you in the gym?
When it comes to role models, well, my father was a big role model. He was was a very strict person. When it came to training, train at this time. So everything, that was just installed at me at a young age. But when it comes to like idols that I look up to, that like are in boxing, I like Sugar Ray Leonard, also Canelo. He's from Jalisco. My family's from Jalisco, so we love Canelo. So just watching those Mexican fighters, making it to the top, starting from nothing and then making it, it's kind of like that's motivating. Unfortunately, my dad passed away a year ago, so pretty much, the route kind of just changed a bit, but we're still going
Yeah,
at it.
definitely, definitely. And can you talk a little bit about how that's impacted your life in boxing? Has that kept you pushing harder? I mean, I'm sure those were his dreams to see you become champion. How does that motivate you in a sense to push forward in life and to make it to the top?
Yeah, when that happened, I hit rock bottom. It was rock bottom, and my career went to pause. Didn't fight for a while, for a couple months. I'm 20 right now. So when he passed away, I was 19. Yeah, it was just, it was just shock. It came out of nowhere, but um, pretty much now I'm back on my feet. I already got since that happened. I've already had 3 fights. We're planning a fight beginning of next year. Right
Yeah.
now, we just keep rolling. But we're motivated. We on the right mindset now, so we're good when it comes
Oh
to
yeah,
that type of part of the boxing.
definitely, definitely. And hey, you got a unique nickname. I mean, El Niño de
Yeah,
Oro. That's similar to Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy. Talk us
yeah.
about a little bit about this. How did you get the name? Where did it come from?
It's funny. It's funny how I got the name. Well, it was literally the name. We've literally like a week before my fight is when we brought up the name, and I wasn't even the one who made the name. It was so it was pretty much the guy that we were working with at the time. Um, my dad's like, "Oh, what's gonna be your name?" And I'm like, "My name." I wasn't even thinking about my name. I was just focused on the fight. And then the guy's like, he was throwing out names, and then out of nowhere he came out with like a logo and then a name, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, your name's Niño de Oro," and I was like, "Bet, I'll take it." It was literally like a 2 minute conversation. It was just like he just threw it out there, and I'm like, "All right, that sounds cool.
You were
I'll
like,
Yeah,
take
done,
it." Then.
done.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's it.
that's what's
and
up.
plus I was yeah, and at 17 years old. I mean, it's like El Niño de Oro, so it's like a kid, so.
Yeah,
It fit good, and I like it. It's right now my Instagram. Pretty much, I don't know if you guys look through it. Just been posting like training videos, whatever I can. I just like to film everything, so it's a fun thing to do.
Some of
oh
your
yeah,
edits
as
are
you said.
great, dude. You got the
Yeah,
Rocky 3. There is no tomorrow.
yeah,
There
I've
Yeah,
is
seen
no
that.
tomorrow. I love it. I
yeah.
love it. And
Oh, dude, that was my favorite one right there. That one was legit. I was like, damn. When the guy sent it to me, I was like, oh, okay, that's a good reel right there. Plus,
Definitely.
Rocky's a classic, so
Oh, love it.
anybody's gonna, yeah, anybody's gonna catch up to that quote. So I was like, yeah, that one's legit.
What do you prefer between like the Rocky franchise and the Creed franchise? Do you prefer like Rocky or Creed?
My personal opinion, I've watched all the Rocky movies and I've watched all the Creed movies. I like the OG ones, the Rocky
Okay.
series. That's just my opinion. Obviously, Creed, it's like more cinematic, because in
Mm-hmm.
school, they got the better visuals and all that. But I
Yeah,
mean, Rocky for me is like the story of it. It's just you can't beat it. But
definitely. Always
Creed's a
been
good
classic.
movie. Don't get me wrong. Creed's a great movie. Great movie. What they got 3 movies now.
Yeah,
The great series. And it connects good with the story. But for me, Rocky franchise is like that's it right there.
that
yeah,
set the
it's all
blueprint.
all inspiring.
Yeah, especially when they have them on Netflix. They have put them.
Yeah.
They put they put it on Netflix, and that's you binge.
I'll take
Like
advantage
it'll
of
be a
that.
Saturday, right, or rest day. And I'll be Saturday night, and I'm there resting, right? And then I'll go, oh, let me watch Rocky, and then I'll watch the first one, second one, third one, and then next morning you're all hyped up. you wanna
Yeah,
you wanna get ready and everything, but yeah, I
awesome.
love those movies. I love watching those type of movies. Also, Rudy. I don't know if you've seen Rudy, the football movie.
Nah, I don't think I've seen that one before.
That one's
But
legit, man. You gotta watch that one. That one's motivating too.
so I'm gonna
Dude,
check that out.
my
I'm gonna let you know
family
how it is.
is comprised of diehard Notre Dame fans. I done seen that since I was like
You
4 years old. And my
you
short
seen how?
was like being as short as I am. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be a D lineman for Notre Dame one of these days. I mean,
Yeah, dude. Is yeah,
it's
that.
all
I'm
inspiring.
Yeah, it's inspiring. Those type of movies are good to watch.
Definitely, definitely. Even for
Um,
me, when I was like training with boxing, like I was, because I did a little bit of boxing too. Back
Mm.
then, I did a tiny bit of competing and stuff. So like, whenever I need motivation, or if I had a fight that day or something like that, I'd be watching. Like for me, it was Creed. I watched Creed, and I like the first one gets me up out of bed. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go for a run at 5 a.m. Get this training. You know how it is. So
Yeah,
those movies get you up, get you going. So I definitely could relate to that.
Yeah, a bunch of my friends, they text me when they're like, "Did you see the Creed movie?" I was like, "Yeah, I watched it." And they're like, all like, wanting to get into boxing. And then, I mean, those movies, man, they get you up. They get you up.
100%.
Going back to your Instagram a little bit, and we had done a little bit of a dive, checking out the reels, checking out the technique and everything. Just to clarify, are you an orthodox or are you southpaw?
I'm an orthodox, but I could fight southpaw, but it's not my preference. I feel more comfortable with orthodox because if I switch southpaw mid fight and I'm not comfortable, I feel like it will just do me worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm orthodox. I'm right-handed, but it's weird. I'm right-handed, but I feel like I hit harder with my left
Mm,
for some reason.
yeah.
It's weird. Yeah.
That's like almost like Triple G. He got a hard jab. He's known for like being able to knock people down with his jab. So like that's a good thing to have, you know. You ever
And that's
knock
not
someone
easy.
down with a jab?
With a jab, no, never. That's hard thing to do.
Yeah.
You gotta like really set it in there, and then you gotta put it in really good too. And
Yeah.
especially when you're wearing those, some people that are in like in boxing that watch it, like the ones that are watching right now, the YouTube fighting.
Hmm.
Sometimes they think the gloves are like big and stuff, but when it's in the pro ranks, it's like 8 ounce. Well, I think it's like 150 and up. They wear 10 ounce, but in my division, which is the 126, 130 division, it's the 8 ounce glove. So I mean, when you're wearing 8 ounce gloves, anything hurts. Like any
Yeah.
punch, jab, body, whatever. Any punch is more effective. That's why in the amateurs, it's more speed, more like speed. Whoever lands the most punch because they got the bigger gloves and headgear. But in the pros is more like every punch counts
Yeah.
because I mean it hurts. Every punch hurts.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. And you mentioned you fight at like 126, 130, that sort of weight class. Do
Yeah.
you walk around that weight, or like what's the weight you usually walk around at?
No, and I'm surprised. Right now I'm walking around. I weighed myself yesterday. I'm at 141 pounds, so
Ooh.
I'm not that big over my weight. So if I have to cut, it's only like, I mean, 2 to 3 month camp you can cut. Well, that's like sorry, my math is bad. So
You're good. That's like a
that's
good.
like 13 pounds, right? Like 13,
So yeah,
14
yeah,
pounds.
like around there, 14 pounds.
13
Yeah,
pound cut in 3 months. I mean, that's easy. So
yeah,
I try to stay around that weight. I don't want to balloon up to like 155 and then cut down 30 pounds. No, it's like that's
yeah,
hell. But yeah, I
definitely.
try to maintain my weight at this weight. Obviously, I'm the day after the weigh-in, I always go up like about 8 to 10 pounds on once you carb up and rehydrate and everything. You go up. So basically, fight night, I'm like weighing. If I have 126, I'm fighting like 136 fight night.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and it's obvious you hold power in your hands. You got a couple
Yeah,
knockouts under your belt. So do
yeah,
you
and
plan on like
uh
staying at that weight that you're at right now, or do you plan on going up? And if you do go up, how do you see
mhm.
your power holding up in the upper weight classes? Do you think you'll still have that pop, that power, or you think you'll become more of like a Devin Haney who's more stagnant,
Mhm.
like a 12 round fighter?
Yeah. So right now, my body's feeling good at this weight class. Obviously, I'm still growing. I'm 20. I'm still getting bigger. Maturing. My body's maturing. So I mean, I'm seeing maybe like maybe 2 years or a year. Maybe I don't know how my body's gonna react. Hitting 126, 130. But yeah, I mean, obviously in the future, I can see myself at 135, 140 comfortably because that's like I'm 5'10" and at 126, I have that size advantage when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to those smaller fighters. So 135, 140 is gonna fit my body frame perfectly, and even 147 at one point, that's like at the end of my career. But yeah, but when I go up in weight, the power is gonna be a lot different because the guys that have been on that division, they've probably been there for a couple years. So it'd be interesting but that's where the strength conditioning and training goes in, and just moving up at the right way, muscle wise, but also having agility at the same time. Um, I always say like I don't go for the knockout. I always do. If the knockout comes, it comes. But if I'm always looking out for the knockout, it's gonna be like I'm just kind of headhunting and I could make a mistake or something. But I don't have a problem going 12 rounds, or if the knockout comes, I'll go with the knockout. As long as I win, that's what matters for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially with those Ryan Garcia proportions, man. You probably like stick to that game plan, and the power will come with how the fight
Mhm.
goes.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia is quick, and a lot of people judge him for being like on my Instagram. I'm like, the guy could fight. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy. I mean, to knock somebody out and then have him laying on the ground. I mean, that's not easy to do. It's pretty hard to do things like that because you gotta time it really precise. But I respect to those guys. I mean, they on top of the game, and I mean they work hard. I know me as a boxer, it's not easy to get up to that point what they're at right now. That's what I'm working towards. And social media is a big part of it. That's why I'm very active on social media, always trying to post something, just so people see what I'm doing day to day. This is my life. Boxing is my life. So this is what I do all the day, every day. Think about fighting, and it's hard to turn off that switch because so when I got back from my fight, and it was like a week, right?
Yeah.
A week after my fight, I took like a little break. I was still going to the gym, like kind of just shadow boxing a little bit. Like took a little 1 week break, but man, it calls you back. You can't leave it. It's just like you don't feel the same. Like you're
Hmm.
hardwired to train, so it's like
Yeah.
you kind of go down a bit, and then. But now I'm good. You know, I need boxing every day. If I don't do boxing, I won't be myself.
Definitely. No, I get that. And that's like your passion. That's your thing, you know,
Yeah.
like me too, like boxing is a part of my life and I see it like a way of life rather than a sport. So when you see boxing, your mind just automatically clicks to it. You just want to be a part of it and it's so like
Mhm.
integrated in your like daily life. So I definitely get what you mean by that.
Yeah. No, boxing is life. Boxing is life, and but yeah, pretty much we're working towards to get to that level of the Ryan Garcia level or the Tank Davis. Tank is another great fighter that I love to watch.
Ooh,
That guy is that guy's legit. He's legit
yeah.
because he's small fighter. He's like 5'5" and he's fighting like 135, 140, and he's still
Hmm.
popping guys like that. It's nuts,
Yeah, his fight with Leo Santa Cruz, that knockout. Oh my
dude.
goodness.
Dude,
Crazy.
I thought Leo like passed away for a bit. I was like kind of scared for him. I was like
Yeah.
I was like, damn, dude, because Leo was touching him up for a bit, and I was
Hmm.
like, damn, Leo is actually winning on the cards, and then freaking Tank, man, just freaking he just killed him right there. It was like
Yeah.
that was a good highlight reel for him though. That
Yeah.
was a good highlight reel for him.
Yeah.
That video
He
I see it on
definitely.
TikTok. TikTok, you're swiping on TikTok, you just see Javante Davis like
Yep.
on the floor. But
That
yeah,
was
it's
beautiful.
well, what fighters do you guys like to watch, or you guys are into?
Ooh, man. My
You want to
favorite
go
fighter
classic, or do you
for
want to go like right now?
yeah, that's a good question.
What was that again?
Do you want to go with like classic names, or you want to go with some fighters today?
Any time period. If you want, we could start with the present, the ones that are active right now.
Hmm. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, although he
Ooh,
half shares my namesake, his defense is so like it's just so good to watch. I mean, Tank obviously, but me and Edgar were in the same class, and in the week leading up to that fight, we were like kids in a candy store, dude. We were just like, dude, it's happening this week, and especially both Tank and Ryan, I respect so much for the fact that they really started or revitalize the trend of wanting the big fight, wanting the big name fight, seeing who's O's got to go and putting that on the line. So I mean, definitely those two, and then I mean, I feel like it's hard not to mention Canelo, and it's I mean, just watching
yeah,
especially how he dominated his last fight. I mean, that was just incredible to watch.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's those guys are legit. Canelo's getting a lot of heat right now for like things, but I mean, you gotta see his career, what he's done in his career. I mean, the guy's done it all. So, but at that point, I think at that point you can't really please everybody when you're at that type of the level. So, I mean, Canelo should be happy for what he's done. I mean, that guy's done everything. So, um, but Shakur, good thing you mentioned that. Shakur's a wow. That's another guy that I forgot to mention. Dude. That guy's boxing IQ is He's legit too.
Yeah, 100%. Shakur is, I say he's one of my favorite fighters too. Shakur, Canelo, one of my favorites too. Other besides Tank too. Tank is phenomenal. Devin Haney, but one guy I really love is Naoya Inoue. That guy, oh my gosh.
Bro,
The
that
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 monster.
yeah,
that guy, man, he's legit too.
yeah.
I think, I mean, there's a possibility that he can even fight Tank at 130. Who
Oh,
knows?
oh,
They were
yeah,
talking, dude. I would watch that fight. That fight is like legit because they're both power punchers, but
yeah.
and they're about the same height too. I think Niño is like about 5'5" too.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be interesting. But anyway, it's a smaller class, so it'd be interesting to
Yeah.
see how he reacts going up all those weight classes.
Yeah, he just came off of like a knockout win for Fulton. That fight
Ooh.
was, oh my gosh. I mean, I woke up at 6 in the morning to watch that fight. I was so excited, and Inu is my guy. So when I saw Fulton, everybody's saying, "Oh, Fulton's gonna outbox Inu." I was like, "All right, watch. You guys will see. Inu is gonna knock this guy out," and he did it. And I was just like telling all my friends, I was like, "I told you guys. I told you guys. Inu is a real deal." And now everybody like they love Inu, and I think he's about to become two-time undisputed too. I forgot who he's fighting, but he's about to become two-time undisputed, which
Yeah.
is crazy. It took Terrence Crawford like years to do that, and he's doing that
Yeah.
within like 2 years.
Yeah, and he popped the guy. I mean, it's not, it wasn't even like he just destroyed him. So it was like you
Yeah.
can't really question in a way right there. I mean, the guy literally just he just bulldozed it. He just went through and knocked him out, and it was like, damn, that dude, that dude got dynamite in his hands. Also,
Mm-hmm.
Crawford, he's legit too. Him and Canelo would be interesting too. But another guy that I
Oh yeah.
really and I just remembered right now, David
I think I know.
Benavidez.
Oh my God,
Benavidez,
yo.
bro, that dude, he 26 years old. Like, damn, that dude, he's legit, bro. I think that guy is the guy that could give Canelo like a really hard fight. I think David Benavidez and Canelo is like, hopefully that fight comes soon. Hopefully,
Yeah, I agree. I think it'll be within because I know he got two fights with PBC, so he might. I've been hearing rumors about a rematch with Caleb Plant too.
Caleb Plant's legit too. Because he was winning the first couple rounds, and I was watching the
Yeah.
fight, and I had put money on that fight too. And I was nervous, dude. Like freaking watching, biting my nails. I'm like, dude, Caleb Plant is boxing like beautiful. Like he's doing the
Yeah.
game perfect, bro. Like he's boxing and he's getting away from him. Like beautiful boxing. But then once he started to feel that power at the later rounds, freaking Benavides did his thing, just dominated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was good fight. And I just remember one more fighter too, Errol Spence Jr. I know he coming off a loss from Terrence Crawford, but man, I
Yeah.
love that guy. I love that guy. I was so sad that day. I was going for Errol Spence, and when Terrence just demolished him, I was
Yeah.
there like, damn, man,
I
that's
was
crazy.
shocked, bro. I was thinking it was gonna be a 50-50 fight, and Crawford, man, he just like because Crawford, like before when he was with Top Rank, you weren't hearing his like well boxing diehard fans like us
Hmm.
um we hear about them, right? But other people, they didn't really know who Terrence Crawford was until that fight, and then
Yeah.
he just literally he made his name big with that fight. He just literally took out Errol Spence. Errol Spence was like dominating the 147-pound division for like many years, and he just came in, just wiped them. It
Hmm.
sucked for Errol because I saw Errol. He was pretty sad after the fight. He was just like, heartbroken. I
Yeah.
really, yeah. But I mean, I feel he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back soon. Hopefully, he just gets a good recovery.
Definitely, I agree.
Especially with that fight, one thing that I feel like stood out to me that kind of was maybe not misrepresented, but maybe a little bit different. It's like it's not like Errol Spence is not one of the greatest in the world right now. That's just a testament to how good Bud Crawford is. It's just
Yeah.
a testament. He fought a perfect fight against a fighter that had some advantages against him if the fight took place in a different fashion. And
Hmm.
T. Croft just looked incredible. He looked like a world beater that night.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, the Crawford. I mean, yeah, Errol Spence. He's a top dog. That's why I thought it was gonna be a hard fight for both of them. I was thinking it's gonna be a slugfest, but man, Crawford, he pulled it. But I was seeing his documentaries. how he goes to Colorado Springs and trains up there. I mean, that guy isolates himself for like 3 to 2. I think he has like 2 month camp maybe up there, and he's like, I mean, the work that he puts in, translate to the ring. So yeah, hats off to Terrence Crawford for that. He pulled a great performance that day.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
And talking of all these big names and all these great fighters today, especially in your weight class at super featherweight, it's
Yeah.
it's one of the most loaded divisions in boxing. Have you gotten the chance to spar with any big guys or special names or big names yet?
Yeah, I sparred, well, actually, the 126-pound champion right now, Robesis Ramirez. I don't know if you know Robesis.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I actually had the chance to spar him when I was 18. Yeah, I was like 18 or 17 years old. Yeah, I was already professional at that time, and I got to experience that. The guy, he's a two-time Olympic gold medalist. I mean, that guy, he's legit, man. He's legit. I got to spar him, but I also got to experience, yeah, especially at a young age, that level, like the level of boxing right there. So I got to experience that. I think at 126, I think it's just Robesis or what other champions is there at 126 right now?
That's a good
Because
Mm.
Navarrete moved up.
Oh,
Navarrete
yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
bro. Navarrete is legit, bro. He has lungs for days.
Yeah.
Navarrete moved up, so I mean, the belts are vacated, like they're just up for grabs right now. 130, everybody moved up too. Navarrete, well, it's just Navarrete, Valdez is there, and everybody's like kind of like at the end of their career. They're like in their early 30s now. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I got my eyes at the one. I want to stay at 126 and get a championship fight at 126 for a world title. Right now I
Ooh,
have the
wow.
WBC. I just won the WBC Continental Championship. So I went to WBC headquarters to go present myself. I'm gonna go again. I think in January to do like it's like a WBC. They do like a little press conference. Like they put you on a table and they ask you questions and stuff. But man, that's another experience too because they invited me to the 60th anniversary of the WBC.
Yeah.
And I went. I don't know if you saw on my Instagram like the photo with Chavez, Duran. Bro, I got to see like
Mm.
that was life changing for me because I was there and I got to see how they got treated with like a lot of respect, and just to be around so much greatness and just in the air in the room, like it was just like wow, I was just kind of just shocked. I was just like, damn, like I can't believe I'm here, eating food with like these guys that are like legends, Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, um, Evander Holyfield was there. A lot of great Mexican fighters were there too. It was just like it was a great experience to experience all that.
Definitely, man.
That's
I mean,
insane.
that's
I saw you met
yeah.
Isaac Cruz too.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Isaac Cruz too. I met him there.
Oh,
He's also one of my favorite fighters too. That
Oh yeah.
guy's he's legit too. He's like the Mexican Tyson,
yeah.
especially when he fought Tank. I think he lost with Tank, right? But
Yeah.
I feel
Mhm.
like that fight he won though, cause he won like in the aspect of like his popularity. That fight,
Mhm.
like everybody after that fight, everybody knew who Isaac Cruz was, and
Mhm.
ever since then he's been going uphill, just like knocking guys out left and right.
Yeah, no, true, true. I mean,
I was surprised
that's
from his
crazy.
size. I was surprised his size. Like when I went to take a picture with him, I didn't think he was that small. And he's fighting at 135-pound division. So I was like, damn, dude. I was like, that's crazy. Like I think
Yeah.
he's like 5'4", maybe. I don't even think he's 5'5".
Yeah, no, he's not a big guy. Man, that's crazy. I mean, did you get any like advice from Julio Cesar Chavez or from Duran, Isaac Cruz, any of the big names there? Were you able to like talk with them, get advice, any wise words for your career too?
Yeah, with Roberto Duran, I got advice from him. Basically the best advice that you can get was, to stay focused, and keep training, stay in the gym. That was his advice. I said Cruz. I was surprised. Like he's really quiet person. I just said I came up to him. I was like, "Hey, champ," in Spanish, right? I
Hmm.
was like, I was like, let's take a photo. And he's like, yeah, like simple guy, cool, down to earth, very quiet. And yeah, pretty much really cool person. To be honest, I wasn't expecting that from Cruz. But because he's an animal in the ring. So I mean, that's what they say is like the most quiet person in the room is the most dangerous one. So I was
Yeah.
like, damn, this dude's a cool person, just to be able to meet him and then meet other guys. I was just like, damn, it was a cool experience. And then to get those words from Duran, me like be there with Durant and like be able to like be there is just like even when I'm thinking about it right now, it's like what the hell? I like did I just live that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, that's crazy. Do you see yourself getting a title fight anytime soon? I know you mentioned the belts are up
Yeah,
for
we're
grabs right
we're
now,
we're
so
planning like right now I'm 20, so I'm planning to get like a title shot like at 22,
damn. Wow.
21 at a young age. We're trying to get it young, like we're trying to get there. And my dad always explains to me, I mean, the beginning is a struggle. When in boxing career, in the beginning is a struggle. There's gonna be a lot of ups and downs, but it's just the beginning, That's how it is. Everybody starts from the bottom, and we gotta work ourselves our way up, promoting ourselves, and training hard and also performing the most important. So I'm planning. My goal is from like 22, 21 years old, get a title shot, with the big names already at my division.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, man. Wow. And since you met Isaac Cruz and those guys, I did want to mention one other guy, Mark Castro.
Mhm.
Now he's also Mexican too, and that guy's a
Oh, Mark
monster.
Mark Castro. Yeah, he's also. I've never met him in person. Um, what's it called? He's in the what 135-pound division right now.
I think, yeah, 130 or 135, one of those two
Yeah,
divisions.
yeah, he's legit too. He's also booming on Instagram too.
Hmm.
He's really popular. Mark Castro, I think he's like what 23 or something like that.
Yeah, he's
Mm.
young. He's a young guy too.
Yeah. So what's it called? Mark Castro. He's a good. There's a the good thing because when Mayweather left, because the eyes were at 147, Mayweather left and boxing kind of died for a bit. But what is the 126 to 140-pound division in between those weight classes? Like right now, there's just a shitload of talent. Like you got
Yeah,
Garcia, you got Haney, you got Tank, you got Navarrete, you got Valdez, you got man. There's a lot of talent in that division. I feel like right now that's the division that's popping right now is that division and the middleweight division right now. Canelo's and Benavidez, they're with their big names. They're carrying that division right now too. Heavyweight division right now has been like there's no fights. Like they wait every 2 years to fight, so there's really not
yeah,
many. But right now the Tyson Fury fight, I don't know if you saw that one when the
yeah,
Ganu.
yeah.
What
No,
did you think
definitely.
about that one?
Oh my gosh,
I
I
was shocked,
was
dude. I was shocked
shocked,
when he
shocked.
got dropped, bro. Cause I was like, damn. I was. I don't know if Fury like trained for that fight or if like honestly.
He
That's why
was
I didn't. I didn't
sleeping
even.
in
I
the
didn't. I didn't
back.
even.
Like,
Yeah. He
you
did,
saw
huh?
him laying down. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? You got a killer in front of you.
Yeah,
For real, huh? That's what I thought too. Like he didn't even take him serious, and that's why I didn't buy the fight either. Because I thought it was just Tyson. I mean, Tyson Fury is one of the best heavyweights like of all time. That guy, I didn't see nobody beating him, especially a UFC fighter. I did not think a
mm,
UFC fighter was gonna be able to do that to him. But man, that just proves anybody who plays up the gloves is dangerous. That just proves, and Ngannou had that power. So and the
yeah,
technique too of what I heard that he outboxed him a couple rounds. So I mean to do that, and then Tyson Fury even admitted like that was one of his hardest fights in a couple years.
yeah. Definitely. No, that fight was good, and man, he got some power. And I mean, speaking about power, do you got a favorite like knockout punch or like a favorite combo you like to throw? Like when you
I
in the
li-
ring, you doing that
I,
kind of
li- I
thing?
I like the left hook. I feel like the left hook. My left hand's quick. Either to the body, to the liver, or to the head. But I feel like my main weapon is like my left hand. Like I could jab with it, but also I can hook with it, hook to the body. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even think I've knocked out anybody with my right hand before. It's been always with the left hand. Um, So now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, it's weird. I'm right-handed. I mean, I hit hard with my right hand, but I feel like my right hand's more like a heavy punch, but my left hand's more quick, and I could get it to where I want, and I feel comfortable throwing it anywhere.
Is
Definitely,
it that is
definitely.
it that type of punch where your opponents just don't even see coming?
Yeah, you gotta set it up because there's some guys that are just like, and there's some guys that could take punches. Like there's some guys that I fought like in Cancun when I fought a guy named Cañonero. I don't know if you guys saw that Instagram video where I like knocked him out with a body shot to the stomach,
Yeah, yeah.
to the liver.
That was
That
beautiful.
fight, I was 17 years old when I fought that guy, and they call him Cañonero, and I found out why he was called Cañonero. I mean, that guy he threw like bombs from everywhere. It was good experience. It was a great experience to have at a young age. Because right there I had to really like be smart with him because he had like that pop, but also he had that experience because he was a lot older than me. Um, but yeah, I clipped him with the left hook, and the thing is that I didn't even think about throwing it. It just had my body just wanted to do it naturally. Just I just shot it, and I look at the video. I'm like, damn, I threw a perfect left hook. I didn't even think about throwing it. I just my body did it. I guess
Yeah,
like
no.
muscle memory, just training it every day, your body just does it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just that
Yeah,
good.
no. Beautiful, beautiful punch. I saw that and I was just like,
Yeah.
damn, I've been hit there too before and that hurts so bad. I mean, it feels
Oh,
like
body shots hurt.
crumble. You just crumble. It's bad.
Yeah,
Paralysis.
but body shots, they every big get hit to the face and the body. Body is where it's like that right there is like without when they take out the body, I think the hands fall down, everything falls. Take off the
Hmm.
base. Also, the other guy can't throw hard if you keep hitting him on the body. So, but yeah, man, that when it comes to my punch, I think my left hand's my main weapon when it comes to that. Obviously, I can do it with my right hand, but I prefer my left hand the most.
Mm.
Definitely. Hell yeah.
And we were talking a little bit about the experience about fighting like guys that are that good like Cañonero. What like going all the way back and sort of reevaluating that to how you feel now, has walking out like walking to the ring, has that mentality changed with you, or has it been sort of the same?
So pretty much, for me when it comes to fight, I'm literally relaxed the whole training camp. I obviously you think about the fight, right? You're always thinking about fighting, even like out of training camp. You're just thinking about competition, fighting. Everything you watch is fighting. So for me, leading up the whole camp, I'm training. I'm confident because I'm training hard. When you train hard, you get confident on your abilities. You work hard for this. You're working for a war, and I never underestimate nobody. Like I say, everybody. There's no easy fights at all because I mean, when it's blows, it's blows. So the leading up to the fight, I'm relaxed, training hard, motivated. Pretty much it goes smooth. Like the camp just starts to go smooth. Days go by quick, and by you're at fight week. Fight week, I'm really really relaxed. On weight already. Don't have to cut weight. Relaxed. Doing now, just sweating now. Last week you don't do much. Just kind of just keep the weight on point. And the night before, you kind of just think about the fight. Like plan it out in your head. Also very calm. I feel like when I get those like what do they call those like those little nerves is like when I'm getting my hands wrapped. That's when you get the little nerves. But then once they put the gloves on, you start hitting the mitts. It's just like once you go in the ring, when you're walking up to the ring, I'm confident. I'm like I'm thinking about winning. I'm not. There's no going back. I feel like when you go in the ring, it's like so natural. You just feel comfortable being in a ring. I feel like I'm more comfortable in the ring than when I'm like getting my hands wrapped. When I'm in the ring, I'm just like at home.
Mm.
I get more to be honest, I get more nervous doing like interviews and stuff like this. I get more nervous about this type of things than when I fight. It's crazy.
And to be
Man, but that's
honest,
a
we
good
could
thing
not
though.
tell. We could not tell. You seem
Yeah,
very
I
confident
I, I
in your
was nervous
position.
before getting into this podcast because I was like, oh shoot, I don't want to say nothing dumb. I don't want to say nothing dumb in here.
Nah, we totally get what you mean. But like, I mean, in a sense, that's a good thing though, because like 'Cause then now you know, like when you get in the ring, like you said, you ready. You're walking up there like you,
Yeah.
and I know what you mean. Once you get in the ring, everything just leaves. You're just like zoned in. You're like ready to fight whoever is like in front of you, and you got that like killer instinct, you know?
Yeah, and also one thing that is like that I'm doing right now is living in the moment now, like living day by day. Like you live in the present. So when you fight, you gotta like even when you win, you gotta like live in the moment. That's what I have a bad habit of not doing is that when I win, I'm already thinking about fighting again. It's like what the like you can't relax. It's just like sometimes I need to just like kind of appreciate what I've done, appreciate the work that I put in to get the win, and then obviously think about what's the next move. But for me, it's just that's hard for me because after I win, I'm already thinking about okay, when am I gonna fight next, or when is my next training camp start? So it's just kind of like a battle that I have with myself that sometimes I need to remind myself to kind of just calm down a bit.
Yeah, no, 100%. Totally understand that. And so I did have another question, right? I know we spoke a little bit about Mark Castro
Yep.
and his fight. Do you ever see like a huge like Mexican war going down between you both, like down the line? Maybe like
Yeah.
we've heard of like we've seen of many fights between many different Mexicans. And
Mhm.
those are always wars. You know, you have those
Oh,
like
and you-
Mexican
and you from
styles.
and you from Cali too.
Yeah,
So a fight
that's
in
true.
LA, man, it'd be great because I'm from I'm from SoCal. I think he's from Fresno Central.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, freaking fight in LA, bro. That's it, bro. It's like fighting in Cali right there at home, and it's been Mexican. Hey, California is basically is Mexico pretty much. SoCal, if you know, that's the culture there. So um, I like I said, I'm working on my way up there. Obviously, I want to fight all these top names. Mark Castro, I see all these potential fights coming up, and I know one day it's gonna happen. One day it's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that moment.
So what's up,
Definitely.
man? Oh yeah.
Selling out crypto.com arena, downtown LA, LA
Oh,
Live.
it's called crypto. Yeah, crypto now. I was gonna say
Yeah.
Staples, but it's called crypto now.
That bothers me too, because I went there when it was called Staples Center. It's always been Staples Center for me. But I mean, when it comes to that sort of those challenges and those fights of that magnitude will come down the line. But sort of going back to what's happened just recently, what
Mhm.
was it like, and how did it feel to win the Intercontinental WBC title and the Latin America WBC title?
Yeah, so the WBC Intercontinental Championship, I won that when I was 18 years old in
Mm,
Cancun. I fought a guy named Chita Jimenez from Chiapas, and
mm,
then this fight, it was for the Latin America belt. Yeah, it was, but I won, right. So I won the fight, right. First big fight after what happened when my dad passed away, everything, right. So first big fight that I had after that. So um at the after winning it, I felt great, right? For like 5 minutes. Then I'm like kind of like not happy at the same time. I'm not satisfied. One is because my dad's not there, and then the other one is like I still want more. I'm not like for me. It's not that I made it. Just because I won that doesn't make I don't feel like I made it. Just like I want more still. Like there's still a lot more to do in the sport. That was just a stepping stone, right, to where I want to be. Like you guys mentioned, fights with the big names. So I'm working my way up there to earn my spot to be able to fight these guys. Because I'm the young guy, 20 years old, coming up, from SoCal, from Oxnard, Mexican American descent. Um, so I mean, I'm just working my way up. I'm humble about it. I'm just motivated, positive, always working hard, keeping that positive energy alive, and yeah, just keeping going day by day.
definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
Hmm.
So I guess like talking about big fights, mega fights, and that sort of thing. Um, what do you think about the fight with Regis Prograis and Devin Haney? How do you see that playing out? Since that's such a big fight, and
Yeah.
and I feel like that's gonna be like like a really fire fight. I think it's closer than what people think it really is.
It's at 140, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
know Devin
140. He
Haney's
moving
moving
up.
up. Hmm.
Yeah, Devin Haney. And that fight is gonna be interesting because Progress. I think what I've heard, he didn't do good in his last fight, right? But you can't really
Yeah,
judge anybody from their last fight because that's not gonna be him tomorrow. You know, he could get better. You know, who knows? You know, he could get better. So you can't underestimate. You just gotta get prepared for Devin Haney's. I know Devin Haney's gonna get prepared for the best Progress that there is. So I think it's gonna be like a 50-50 fight because it's gonna be a new division, and Haney's just gonna want to outbox him. I think that's the plan for Haney. Is just going 12 rounds,
yeah.
just
No,
boxing him
definitely.
and staying away from danger. You know, not getting clipped. Because I
Yeah.
think Progress. That's what Progress wants. Is just it's gonna want to clip him.
That's gonna be a good fight. I mean, we're gonna see how Devin Haney handles the power.
Yeah,
We know he got the cardio. He can go 12 rounds for sure.
yeah.
But thing is, can he handle the power? I know he got rocked by man,
Linares.
Linares. Yeah, he got rocked
Yeah,
by him. That
he did
was
get rocked.
bad.
Yeah, he did good the whole fight. He did good the whole
Mhm.
fight. He won the rounds, everything. Beautiful boxing. He got clipped that round, but that just shows that anybody can get hurt, especially with those 8 ounce gloves.
Mhm.
Anybody can get hurt if you just put the punch in the right place.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And I mean, Regis, he punches hard. He knocked out, man. What's that? Zepitas, right? I think that's his
Uh,
name.
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, yeah, that was a good fight too. That was really good, and Regis knocked him out. And I was watching that, and I was like, "Damn!" I did not think. I thought it was gonna go to full
Mhm.
12, and a
When
lot
are
of
they
people.
fighting? They're fighting this month or next month.
Yeah, I think it's probably end of this month, I believe. If not, beginning
Okay.
December. Something. It's really soon though.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that fight. I never miss the fights. That's the when there's a fight like those type of fights, any fight I always watch, especially like Navarrete too. I love watching that guy fight. The guy is
Oh
entertaining.
man,
He's
man, yeah,
entertaining, bro. And
he's
his body doesn't look he doesn't look like an athlete, and a lot of people
no.
judge him for his body, but the guy he can fight. He's smart. He has a weird style, but he makes it work. Like I don't even think he has a nutritionist. They were asking him about like they get on there like ¿Tienes nutricista? And he was like, no, he's like, a mí me gusta comer lo que yo quiero. He's like, I like eating whatever I want, you know? So,
Yeah, no.
sopa de maruchan and I don't know what
Oh.
else. I was like, damn, dude, this dude's knocking dudes out with freaking sopa de maruchan.
I respect that, man. I respect. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that fight, I didn't think he was gonna do what he did to Oscar Valdez. I mean, that fight was just
bro.
wow.
He massacred him. Like,
Yeah,
the whole fight. Because Valdez, he was cut up, right? From his face, he was like,
yeah,
you could tell. And Navarrete came out clean. He came out like nothing.
yeah,
So I was like, damn, dude. I was like, Navarrete, he's legit. Him
yeah.
and
That was a good
him and
fight.
Shakur, bro. I think he was gonna fight Shakur, but Shakur and him would be weird. It would be interesting because they're southpaw, and then Navarrete just has that weird style that he throws punches from whatever, and he can pop too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't
no,
know if you saw
that's
him
gonna be
fight when
fun.
he fought that Australian guy.
Man,
I
what
don't know
was
if he
his
was
name?
Was it?
I forgot his name, but he got dropped that fight. Navarrete got dropped that fight, and he came
Which
back
one?
like yeah, it was
Yeah,
recently.
Oh,
yeah,
it wasn't
yeah, yeah. I think
Cambosos,
I
was it?
no, I don't. Was it?
No, it wasn't Combos. It was like another guy that he fought. It was like from I don't know if he was Australian or English, but he got dropped that fight, and I was like, damn, dude, this dude got dropped, but he came back like 100 times. He ended up knocking the guy out, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I know
Yeah,
what you're talking about. I don't remember the name, but I did see that fight. I've seen like highlights of it. That's a man. Navarrete is a good guy. That guy can
yeah,
punch.
and he said that. So when he got knocked out and he went to his corner, he was saying in the interview right after the fight, they were like, yeah, was they were like, oh, did you get nervous when you get knocked out? And he was like, no, he's like, my corner was more nervous, like, because when he got to his corner was freaking out, like throwing water, and les dijo, hey, cálmanse, cálmanse, I'm okay, I'm good. So that
Yeah.
kind of shows, like that guy. I mean, when he gets dropped, he's still dangerous. He's even more dangerous when like he'll keep coming.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
You know, do you think that's sort of like an anticipatory thing? Like once you get hit with that first shot, once you feel that power, you think your like mind is sort of more ready for that for the next one?
Yeah, well, when you feel like somebody hits like pretty hard, you just gotta be awake because like you don't want to get clipped. So you try to. I feel like in the fight, the punches don't hurt. When you're fighting, the punches actually don't hurt. I feel like the ones that do hurt are to the body, but when it's like to the face shots, they don't hurt. Like because with all the adrenaline going, you kind of don't feel it until the next morning. You're all like sore and stuff.
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, it's just I don't know if it's just like you either have it or you don't. It just kind of like you get hit with a good shot and you eat it, then I feel like you're good. Because there's some people that they get hit like they call them like with the glass chin, like
Yeah,
a con. They say he has the glass chin. So I feel like I don't know if you either born with it or not. Like maybe some people could take more than others. Some people can't. I don't know if that's like scientifically proven or whatnot. But yeah, pretty much. When you're fighting, I don't feel like pain or like you get hit with it because everything's happening so quick. So if you get hit with the right hand, it's like literally half a second. Then you gotta like react and then feel like you will feel it the next day though for sure.
Hmm.
yeah, no, 100%. Especially those body shots. I mean, man, you
Yeah,
feel
those
that the
body
next
shots
day.
hurt. Yeah,
Those
Yeah,
are some.
definitely. Yeah.
Um,
So I guess I was gonna ask too, speaking about like dreams and boxing and that sort of thing, what's your dream? Do you just want to be like champ at 126, multi-division champ, or even undisputed? How far do you see yourself going within
yeah.
this boxing career?
Obviously, I want to be a multi-division champ, not just at 126, but like move up 126, 130, 135, 140. I feel like my body in the future, like when I'm older, like maybe like late 20s, I'll even probably be able to fight at 150. I think too, 154. I think that's like my max limit weight is that 154. I think that's like my plateau right there. It's like I think that's where my body's already like no more. I can't because I walk around like 141 right now. So to get up to 150 is gonna be like a push. I have to eat to get up to that weight class. So anything more than that is gonna be I wouldn't be able to do that. But yeah, I want to be a multi-division champ, undisputed champ. The next Mexican champion coming up. Represent Villa Corona, Jalisco, Mexico. Y also want to represent Oxnard, California, where I grew up. So just representing, the Mexican American culture, like Oscar De La Hoya, he's from East LA.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, so pretty much, um, represent that, and also, but my main goal is to motivate others. Kind of have like anybody else going through hard times, kind of like look at me and then get motivated. That's why I like also making a lot of videos too, like reels and stuff, because I get a lot of DMs from like people that they're like, "Oh, you're like motivating me, or you're doing this," and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, because I don't see myself as a like uh like someone special, So for someone to tell me that is like, damn, I'm a regular person just like you, and you telling me that, my reels make your day better, or just watching me hit the mitts or motivates you. I mean, for me, that's like that thing makes my day when I see a DM like that.
definitely, 100%.
and there was another question that sort of plays off to that a little bit. When you're sort of on your path up, we spoke a little bit this about when you went to the 60th anniversary for the WBC, but is
Mhm.
there a greatest piece of advice that someone has given you, that a trainer or a fighter has given you in your path to the top?
One thing that I did get is what my dad told me is like tenga paciencia, be patient. The time's coming, but you gotta be patient because be patient, work hard. Um, don't get rushed. Like because like when I watch fights, right, these big fights, I'm like I want to be there. Like I want to fight there. I want to be there. I want to fight this guy. And when me and my dad would watch fights, it'd be like that. We'll watch fights to my division, and they're fighting for a championship fight. My dad's like, "You see, you're ready for this guy?" Or like he's already like talking about me like fighting this guy. Like he's already like I'm like 17 years old, still in high school. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna fight this guy. You're gonna fight this guy." Like we're already picking out people that we want to fight, But we gotta. He always say, "Be patient, be patient." Me, but right now, you know, it's we're right now it's small, but we're just growing little by little. It's day by day, it's day by day grind. But I know one day we'll make it out.
Definitely, not definitely. And I could definitely see you going far. I mean, you definitely got talent, and I've seen like your reels. I've searched you up in like YouTube, seen some of your fights and stuff. So you got some talent, and I'm excited to see how far you go and just
No,
like
thank you, man. And when I saw you DM, I don't know who DM me, but when you guys DM me, I was like, because it went to the other. I hate when that does. It goes to the other folder, the
yeah,
spam. And so I saw it and I was like, oh, look, these guys like podcast. I'm like, I'm down. I'm down to do that, a podcast.
yeah.
Uh, I'm also starting up a gym
Oh,
too,
wow.
like we're gonna train like kids and stuff too. Like so I'm here in Utah. I only have like a year living out here and there's no boxing like gyms for kids. So I'm like, dude, like that's like, how is there not no boxing? Like, you go from Oxnard being boxing gyms everywhere, and then you come here. It's like you have to go to Salt Lake to get some training.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that I definitely resonate with that because one thing for me that I want to do in the future is like help young kids out, especially in boxing, because there's a lot of kids that got one foot in boxing and then one foot in the streets, and a lot of
Yeah, no,
times you can't have both.
yeah, and it's fun too. Just to be at the gym. You're always at the gym, and then it's fun to just be around boxing all day. For me, that's not even like a job. It's just like I love doing. Like sometimes I wake up I'm like, damn, dude, like I'm a professional fighter and I love what I do. For me going to train is like I need to go train because I love to do it. Even when I like when I retire, I don't know how I'm gonna like process that in my brain. Like
Yeah.
not training for a fight is gonna be weird.
Yeah, maybe you're gonna have those exhibitions with like a Jake Paul or like a, you know what I'm talking
Hey man, I'm up for it, man. Yeah, you too, boxing man. Um I like it, man. For me, it's entertaining. If it's entertaining, man, I love watching stuff like that. For me, it's like funny, man. When I see Jake Paul and
about?
Logan Paul, all these guys out, it's funny. It's funny to me,
Yeah,
and I like watching. And I feel like it's good for the sport though, because they're bringing more viewers, more people to watch the sport. So it's good. It's
yeah,
win-win. And at the same time, someone's getting entertained and smiling watching, fights. Even if they're not like high level, but they're entertaining. You got Snoop Dogg as an as
yeah,
a commentator.
yeah.
Freaking when he fought Nate Robinson, he's
Mhm.
like, get that. I'm not gonna say the word, but he's like, get him.
I remember
Definitely.
when he called the Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson fight. He's like, man, this is like two of my uncles
Yeah,
going at it at the barbecue, man. Like it was crazy. Like because I watched that live and I was like, there's no
yeah,
way there. And then he hits me with that. I'm like, whoa, this is big, dude.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
these
yeah.
like
No,
thriller fights are kind of big, dude.
yeah,
bro, they need to do. I feel like boxing's been the same because boxing is a classic sport. It's been here since the beginning of the 1900s, even before then. So it's been classic the whole time, even through the 80s. And now with social media, it's kind of like revolutionizing the sport, kind of like aspect, like now YouTube fighting and Misfit. I think that's what it's called, right? Misfit boxing or
yeah,
something.
Yeah,
Where,
Misfits.
like
Mr. Boxing.
freaking when Austin McGroom fought with Gibbs or whatever. That
Oh
fight
my
was
God,
good, but
that was a
bro,
good fight. That was a
but he
good
knocked her.
fight.
Hey, bro, it was a good fight. It was, dude. It was legit, bro. I was like, damn, dude, these guys aren't pro fighters, but they get a good fight. Like I think
Hmm.
Gabe knocked Austin McBroom like 4 times, knocked them down. Like Austin McBroom was like literally like talking shit the whole training camp like about him, and then for Gib to do that, I was like, damn, dude,
Yeah,
that was vicious, bro. That was vicious.
Like, damn,
yeah,
homie
no,
can punch.
definitely. Yeah,
He can crack.
no, he can punch. He did definitely punch. I mean, like he got knocked down
Yeah,
by McBroom and then came back and just demolished him. I mean, I did not like McBroom. I wanted him to get knocked out. He was talking so much crap. I was like, this boy need to be
yeah.
humble. Gibb did it, and I was so happy. I was screaming. I was like, "Let's go, let's go!" So it was a good day.
Yeah, that was dude. I was like, bro, that see that type of stuff is entertaining, and I love watching that stuff. I also like watching like UFC fights too.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah, UFC.
Did you
yeah,
see those fights
UFC is
last night?
good. No, I didn't see that one. No, I didn't get to see that one that last night. But I like
Oh
watching
man,
like UFC, and also like when they cross over. That to me is entertaining too. Like when McGregor crossed over, that was like I think Mayweather is the one that opened the portal for that thing to happen. Like
uh-huh.
because when McGregor crossed over, nobody like that's never been done before, and now it's like frequent. Like it's like happening. Like I think like they're even talking about like Sean O'Malley fighting Ryan Garcia or something like that. That would be
Yeah,
like so entertaining, but.
yeah, no,
Yeah, it's
definitely.
revolutionizing for sure. The sports, like, it's revolutionizing.
Yeah. Now I do got a serious question though.
Mhm.
Um, what's currently in your fridge right now?
My fridge right now, so meat, crema,
Oh, crema.
I have cheese for quesadilla, queso
Mm.
fresco.
Oh my God, that's all good stuff.
Oh,
So, you open up the butter, like where the butter goes.
Yeah,
yeah.
You open up and it's salsa. You know how Mexican people be doing
yeah.
that, bro.
I do that too. I
Bro,
do that.
sometimes like you go
Oh,
for like whatever, right? And you open it up, it's freaking salsa and the butter container. I'm like, what? Yeah, it's pretty much that's what there is right now in my fridge. Today, some the thing with me, I don't really eat much, so I'll probably eat like even when I'm training. When I'm training, like I only eat like in the morning. I just drink coffee and then I go train in my Well, I do fasted cardio. So I go run in the morning and then come back, drink a protein shake and like a coffee. Also Celsius are good too. I like those.
oh, yeah.
And then from there I go to my strength training, um, which is like 2 hours, and then chill out. And then at night is when I have my boxing, and I only like 2 times a day. So after my lifting, I'll have my first meal, and then I'll have another meal right before I go to boxing, like 2 hours before. But I don't like to be full in training. Like for me, it feels kind of weird, like sluggish. So
Yeah,
just kind of just being light at all times.
definitely.
Makes a lot of sense. I mean, even McGregor was known to do that. He was like, it's like survival. Like, it's like almost
Mhm.
primal. Some people don't get that deep, but I mean, it's like your body's running on its life force rather than any kind of food you could have put in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also another big thing since I've been doing strength training because I have like about a year and a half doing strength training. A lot of old boxing coaches say that like weights make you slower. That's like the myth, or right, the old school myth. Um, but I feel like it's actually increased my speed and also how my body's looking now. It's just like it looks good and then I feel quick and explosive. And plus, I don't lift heavy. It's all about how you lift the weight too. So I have like a lot of rubber band work. I mean, we do like a lot of like explosive med ball work. So it's just you're working with weight, but it's not like you're not lifting like a bodybuilder. Like bodybuilders, they're more like for size. But when you're an athlete, you're working more on movements. But I feel like strength training that's like for sure like helped me out a lot in my boxing career. And I'm glad I got introduced to it so early like in my career because there's some fighters like that are older and they like barely starting to do it. But I mean everybody's doing it now like Devin Haney, so you just gotta step up the level and do what these other guys are doing.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And final question for us: what's the message to your supporters and everyone on Team Navarro?
No, well, my message is like thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for supporting me, watching my fights. Just being a good, supporting a support system. Like really, to me, that's just and also like for me, it's making the people around me proud. It's more like not letting down my family. Like for me, is like I want to win, but for like to make people my surroundings, my small circle like proud. Obviously I want to make myself proud, but I also don't want to let down my parents. Because my parents they're really hardworking, so I wouldn't want to let them down. Either.
That's awesome.
100%.
That's
Mhm.
awesome, man. Well, Alan, thank you so mumuch for taking the time, and best of luck throughout your career. You can follow Alan on Instagram at underscore ALANN_3. Thank you all for tuning in to Slingin Leather. Chino and I will see you on the radio this Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30 Central, 4:30 to 5:30 Pacific for all our friends on the West Coast. Remember to protect yourself at all times, and then we will see you guys in the next one.